Well, welcome back, everybody. I want to give you some updates. Obviously, a lot's happened since we've gone ahead and put out some of these other videos for you. Of course, you recall, for those of you that are new and for those who've been watching, we were warning you back over here with the resistance that was up over here formed by the negative divergence and previous peaks, that this could be a resistance, right? And as we hit it up over here, we were kind of approaching over here. And then as we got through this area, we talked through it every day, right? We never got that push up, pull back, and then start to take back off again, showing that this resistance was now support. So, of course, we had a big, nasty pullback here, which has been really exciting, a lot of great trading opportunities, and I want to talk about that with where we're at now today. So basically, as we look at the SPY daily chart, we've got resistance coming down on top of us, and you can kind of see we've been making that resistance over and over again the last week. And also, we've got underneath of us the champion trend inside of WealthCharts there as well. So the champion cross and the champion trend, and now we're sitting here, and the best we could do as of Friday was push back up here. We basically closed right back at that line, but we are below a resistance. So in a nutshell here, this is not where I want to go ahead and be taking fresh longs right here. I'd really like to get back up above this area, frankly, when we're this close. I don't mind looking at short-term longs. It's not the favorite trade. We're going to talk about that in just a moment as we look at the intraday charts. But on an intraday basis, when you're this far away, when you have a big move down, it's very easy to have a retracement back up to that resistance. So, and that's kind of what we've done. But now there's no room to grow on the long side temporarily with the resistance on top of us. So I really want to get above that. Okay. So we were very overbought in some of these areas previously, right? And now we're very oversold. So due for that at minimum dead cat bounce back up to falling resistance makes sense. But now for more fresh longs, got to get back up above this area right here. Okay. Then, and as we look at the NASDAQ daily, the story on the NASDAQ is going to go ahead and be very similar in nature. You'll see we are down below that champion trend and the champion cross, and didn't even have nearly as much of a retracement back up. There could be some opportunity going into Monday, but really with things are going to continue to go down, this is not the range I'm most comfortable with. Frankly, at this point, I'd rather have it just continue down or until we get back up above key resistance here. So bringing that down to the intraday chart. So what this means in English, we're down below all those resistance levels, right? And just bringing that over here, right? We're sell. So what I'm looking at in a situation like that is my preferred trade of choice is going to bring that to the intraday charts and get the same selling going on. Get that well signal showing the beginning of a trend. Get IRB and IRB tracker continuations. Get breakout forecasters, which means even after a pullback, we're expecting lower lows, right? And then it's like when it pulls into the falling resistance, find additional setups and strategies like more IRB trackers and the subsequent IRBs that signal off from those. But as we talked about here a little bit earlier, when you're really far away, you get a big wide range bar, you do get those dead cat bounces into falling resistance. Okay, so are they completely off the table? Well, in my opinion, for a lot of average small lot traders that are struggling to find success, frankly, I would prefer to have people focus on this. Trade that short-term time frame with the higher time frame. For more seasoned veterans, people that have been around, had experience doing well with their trading, well, it does open up the opportunities. For instance, like Friday afternoon here, where we started to go back to buy signals and we had that room to grow on a daily chart. Okay, so you can see lots of great things. Breakout forecasters, well signals all firing off there. We had champion trend, champion cross. We had fresh buy signals start to come in. Great, lots of opportunities. Pull back in a champion cross, pulling back out, that's a resumption trade. Pulling in champion cross, pull back out, resumption. Pull back in, pull back out, resumption. So lots of re-entries for some great opportunities. Even this one that was smaller here was approximately 30 points of movement, about $600 a contract in just a few minutes, right? So big moves, great opportunities here in that short-term counter trend where you had so much room to go back up to the falling resistance. But when you're trading something like this, you typically we're going to be trading smaller size with smaller risk. Okay, so maybe if you liked it as an example, typically do 5 or 10 contracts on a trade. Well, maybe you want to do one or only one or two here. Okay, so smaller bets basically is what it boils down to. Onesies, twosies in a situation like this. Whereas here, when I'm trading with the trend and got everything going and everything's firing off, then I can do more of my normal size, right? So I just want to kind of help you understand that, first of all, where we're at on the daily charts, and then how we're looking at this going into the down move that happened earlier in the day, and then the subsequent up move that happened in the afternoon here on Friday. You can trade both sides, but one is not like the other. This one, because it was with the overall trend, I can be more aggressive with, and this one here, I can still trade, but I'm going to go and be more cautious with a little tighter size, tighter stops, things like that. And again, perhaps for someone who's struggling, this trade right here might just be off the table all the way together, because you're going to get your highest probability follow throughs and continuations off of these ones where the lower time frames are kind of matching those higher time frames. Okay, so just a nice follow-on video. You can see all the things that had happened. I warned you about those levels back over here, and in fact, we had them even drawn up here and everything. We just could not pull back and then take back off, right? And that's what we were really looking at. Kind of push through, pull back, and start to take off. Failed right back down. Basically traded a little bit higher to trap in the breakout traders, which I always try to warn you guys against, and then down the hatch it went to take those people out. Okay, so think about what's happening, where those resistance levels are at that I'm showing you now. Make sure you put up the champion trend, champion cross there, so you can kind of see those. So you're watching those very closely because you see the market's reacting around them quite a bit. And then you'll think about what that means. Like, okay, am I with that trend? Okay, and how do I trade that? And then versus, okay, it's a short-term counter trend. I do have room to grow, but I might trade lighter size, even if I have all the great strategies and continuation signals. Okay, so I hope that's helping you. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll look forward to seeing you up in upcoming videos and upcoming events. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye for now.